to Josh Adams.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the Mystic Racing League Black Diamond Designs Truck Series, this time from the high banks of Daytona. Here for the Black Diamond Designs 250. 100 laps on deck here tonight, a full-length truck race. One of the rare times we do that across the season. It's going to be a fun one here this evening. Let's have a look. Well, we have a few seconds left at this Daytona International Speedway. 2.5 miles, 31 degrees of banking in the corners, 18 degrees on the front stretch, and there is not a thing about this racetrack that hasn't been said already. The birthplace of NASCAR, just off of turn number 3 in one of those hotels down there, opened in 1959. There's a big lake in the middle of the racetrack to build up the banking. I mean, the list goes on and on. It's an incredible facility, an incredible race, and a place that every single driver thinks they can win at and desperately wants to win at. It'll be very interesting to see what we're going to see here tonight. In just a few moments, we will get down to the grid and see who is going to make the race and who is going to miss the race, as not everyone is going to qualify for the one tonight. Top 26 will make the show. 31 drivers showed up. And let's meet those 26 drivers right now. Starting on the pole, in the number 10 machines, Joshua Gillen. Alongside him, Caleb Hunt in the 78. Third spot, Harold Tucker III in the 79. Cody Giles will roll off in the 4th spot. Aaron Espy in 5th, and Joey Beam starts 6th tonight. 7th will be Adam Olston. Zach White rounds out that 4th row. And the top 10 belongs to Justin Hendry and Jacob Cochran. 11th will be Andrew Allen in the 96. Gavin Hinson in the 39 will start in 12th. 13th will be Thomas Gallagher, and 14th, Alan Zukov. 15th, Alex Pollock in the 92. Andrew Shove in the 69 will start in 16th. 17th belongs to John Ullman in the 34. Isaac Brock starts in 18th. In your top 20, Isaac Wilson and Brad Nelson. 21st, Christian Barnes in the 27 machine. Derek Jewett in the 45 will start 22nd this evening. 23rd will be Reggie Kime. 24th, Gino Volanti. In the last row on the grid, Stephen Gill just barely making it alongside Joshua Thornton. Drivers who did not make the race this evening: Anthony Cordray, Christopher Benning, Andy Berry, Douglas Wasaki, and Benjamin Gerhardt did not make the show this evening. You will not see those drivers on the racetrack when we go green. And that is a look at your grid here this evening. Now let's have a look at this famed speedway. Here we are high above Lake Lloyd on the backstretch, looking down where all the fans sit here at Daytona. Trucks should be just now rolling off the grid. Yes, they are. And while we have the time, we have a full pace lap here. Should take about a minute and change. Let's have a look at that race analysis. 100 laps is the scheduled distance here tonight. Pit road speed is 55 miles an hour. 4 tire sets available. Got 1 on the truck, 4 more on pit lane. Stages are going to be at lap 20 and lap 40. 28 to 32 on fuel, so you will not need to pit in stage 1 or 2, but you will need to pit in stage number 3. And of course, I forgot to mention at the top of the show, how preposterous of me. I'm Morgan Cook, your lead and producer, and you, of course, are watching VSPEED, but you knew that already. You found us. And if you want to stick around a little while longer, we would definitely appreciate that. Make sure to hit the like button on the video, subscribe to the channel, so you don't miss a moment of this great racing action that you can't get anywhere else. Probably have to fight through some of the other streams that we had going on today. We got multiple streams on the channel going on right now. You might stay tuned into this one. This is the one you're going to want to watch here at Daytona. Pace lights are back on the pace track, so we will go one more lap here. Definitely glad to be back here on VSPEED. It's been a little while since we've seen this league in action. Last time was Lime Rock, where we saw one of the most dominant performances I have ever seen. Andrew Allen, I believe, was the winner of that race. Lapped the entire field. Unbelievable effort that day up in Connecticut. We find ourselves here now on the beaches of Daytona in a very different style of racing, and I do not believe there will be any lapping of the field tonight unless the rest of the field gets caught up in a massive accident and cannot continue, which, hey, it is Daytona. We've seen these kind of things before. Pace lights go out now. We will see these cars up to full song here in just a little bit. We saw Joshua Gillen go back to the back of the field here. EOL of some sort for the 10 machine. He will no longer take the lead. He will, in fact, start back in the 25th position. The 21 as well. Find who the 21. Isaac Brock also with that EOL penalty. He will start out back 26th on the field. That means Harold Tucker III will essentially line up as the leader. I believe the control car will be Caleb Hunt. Not that it particularly matters as we launch on the green flag, not in the restart zone. Just a mile and a quarter to go before we turn these things loose for 250 miles. One of the longest races of the season. Looking forward to it. Anticipation rising, intensity rising. Got those little butterflies in the stomach for the drivers in this field, knowing that we're about to get this thing going. It's going to be very important to be patient, but also be assertive. If you're up at the front, the goal is to stay up at the front. Keep this thing out of harm's way by leading laps, running, top 2, 3 or so. Maybe pin it to that yellow line. That's the goal if you're up at the front. If you're farther in the back, someone back here like Reggie Kime, who is mired deep in traffic, you have to stay out of trouble. That's the goal here for those drivers. Pace truck finally leaves the racing surface into the start zone. And we're green at Daytona. Lap number 1 is going to be a dead heat. Into the tri-oval, looks like Harold Tucker III from the 3rd position is going to lead lap number 1. Caleb Hunt to his outside. We are double file throughout the field. Oh, not sure why the 78 left that middle lane, but that checked up the entire outside line. Everyone trying to get down to the bottom. Oh my goodness, Stephen Gill, what are we doing back here? Saw that 03 machine get all sorts of out of shape. Finds himself back in line. This is what it looks like when you got a lot of work to do. And you look at the telemetry, he's wide open. 7,200 RPM, there is nothing more he can do besides try and play the air and make this draft work. Big run right there. Go back up in front of the field. Bottom side, starting to break away here. Top lane not having the momentum that they require. Now SB up to the top side. Got the 8. Adam Holson going to follow him. They will take over the lead as they enter turn number 3. I just got word from race control. The 10 machine of Joshua Gillen, the 21 of Isaac Brock, the 92 of Alex Pollock, and the 93 of Isaac Wilson, currently the bottom 4 in the race. Oh, got a big wreck. We're late to the drivers' meeting. That's why they got the EOL. And around goes Derek Jewett. What a perfect time for that. My goodness. Let's go back and see what happened here to the 45 machine. Minding his business in the front stretch. Bit of a checkup. Oh, he got hooked by Volante. Into Gill, 29's in it as well. 29's Joshua Thornton. Let's have a look at it from a bit higher view here and see if we can kind of diagnose what happened. We see Ullman and the 50 kind of check up. They catch this pack at a pretty alarming rate. Have to shuffle to get a line. Yeah, there's the checkup right there. Jewett kind of just bides his time here, and I'm not really sure what the 35, what the plan was there, but he definitely got into the back of the 45, spun him around, hooked him into the wall, and the 03 of Stephen Gill was also involved. Tough break early in this race. 5 laps in, already the first caution of the day. Not much for strategy plays to happen here, since we can make it to the end of the stage on fuel without any concerns. This is simply going to be a break, a little bit of time to reset. Some of these drivers are going to need it. Biggest mover of the race so far, how about Alan Zukov? Plus 8 positions. 14th up to 6th. He got in the right lane, and it went where he needed it to go. Joshua Thornton involved in the caution. He is up 7. The drivers who have fallen back the most positions, Joshua Gillen, of course, the pole sitter, who had the EOL, doesn't really count for this exercise, but we'll allow it. Alex Pollock, that same boat. Drivers who started up front, but of course, not being at the drivers' meeting is a end-of-line penalty, always has been, and likely will continue to be. Coming to the choose cone this time, if I'm not mistaken. Pace light still on the pace track. This is off the back bumper. Aaron Espy looking at the rest of the field. I don't hear him shutting the truck off, so not trying to save any extra fuel right here. That's a strategy drivers have under these pace laps is anytime you're not on the throttle, anytime the truck is turned off or the clutch is pushed in, you're not burning as much or any fuel. So if you're able to, pace speed here is about 70 miles an hour. If you're able to get it up to 73 and let it coast down to 67 and then engage the clutch, get the thing fired back up and all that, you can save a little bit of fuel, and it has definitely helped me at times in my racing career. Stretch runs, been able to win some races doing that. It's beneficial to have in the tool belt, and a lot of drivers will save fuel under every caution lap because it's just habit. It never hurts to save fuel. You're never going to find yourself in a bad spot because you saved fuel. So drivers here coming to the choose, and some of them probably coasting to the choose as well, as we still plenty of laps left in this stage as we should be hitting the choose here. See most of them on the bottom. If you go way to the high side, got to make that choice above or below the seam by the start-finish line. Only one driver. Looks like they're able to sort it out. So everyone's able to make that choose as legally as they can. All right. Pace lights are out. We have at most a 12-lap run staring us down here. It's the end of stage number 1, hopefully, under green. We will pay out some stage points to whoever wins that stage, and likely the rest of the top 10. That top 10 right now, get them up on the screen there. Espy, Hendry, Tucker III, Hunt, Holston, Beam, Zukov, Giles, Cochran, and White are your top 10. A few drivers trying to catch back up to the field here. Everyone has a fast repair as well tonight, meaning that accident is not a day ender for drivers like the 45 and the 03. It is simply a speed bump along the way. Stephen Gill is the only driver to use his fast repair, and he did so because he got sandwiched up against the fence. Jewett and Thornton were able to get their vehicles fixed, so they saved that fast repair. Be curious to see how big of a deal that is. I've raced enough of these races to know that having a fast repair late in the race allows you to really dial up the aggressiveness with little room for consequences, I guess. Little room for that. So we're going to find out. Drivers into the restart zone for the second time tonight. Espy on the bottom, Hendry on the top, and we are off. Big jump. By the 16, he's going to clear by 2 truck lengths. The top side is together. Not anymore. No one's really organized here throughout the front of the field. Tucker III attempts a 3 wide. Thinks better of it. 85 still on his door. Justin Hendry. Stop the back bumper of the leader. 2 organized lines down the backstretch. Drivers switching lanes. Trying to find where the momentum's at, and it's clearly on the bottom right now. They're now 3 truck lengths ahead. Going to be 4 here right away as there goes Holston. Zukov's got the run. Outside line just has no speed right now. Trucks bailing out of the outside line as well. That is not what you want to see if you're the top 2 up there. Hinson decided to pick him up. Right on board here with 39. He's right behind Joey Beam. This is that point in the race where you'd like to make ground up, but you also know that it is really, really early. The last thing you want to do is take yourself out of it trying to gain from the 10th spot up to the 8th spot. It just doesn't really make a lot of sense to do that, especially since the bottom lane is continuing to pull away. Looks like the 8. Holston jumps up. He will lead the outside line. We'll see if they can make a little bit of hay now. It looks like they will. Just watching from the blimp view here, we can definitely see the 8 is getting closer. They were 5 truck lengths back. They're now 2 truck lengths back of the inside. You see the momentum down the back. This is where they make their hay. Look at that run. What does SB do? SB does nothing. Stays on the bottom. Holston going to get to the lead by turn number 3. Does he turn left down the racetrack? He cannot. As SB keeps the nose in there. 85. Still pushing on that deck lid, trying to get the 8 to the lead. Can't do it. Maybe it's start-finish line. It will be SB for this lap. Oh, they're wrecking behind him. Stephen Gill's hit it again. 03. Big slide. Let's go back and have a look at it. Again, behind the 34 of Ullman. He's biding his time here. Already burned the fashion pair, just trying not to make a bad day worse. Well, I'm sorry to say, Steven, it's going to get a little bit worse from here. Big checkup, and he got hit by the 29 across the nose and into the grass. Great job on hitting the wall, though. He has now lost the draft significantly. Back up to the front of the field here. Whole field still side by side all the way back to the 21 machine. Isaac Brockton 17th. Caleb Hunt has now found his way down to the bottom of the racetrack as SB goes to the high side. Drivers pushing, trying to figure out who is the best dance partner here. The bottom is now falling apart. As SB, Holston got the lead for just a moment. Oh, that is inefficient on the bottom, below the line. That's not going to help. Momentum for now, but it's going to go away quickly here off of turn number 4. I am a little worried about this bottom lane. They are moving around quite a bit, the front two. But in fact, let's ride on board with Adam Holston and see what he can see. This is a great representation of what drivers see behind the wheel. You can't see much at all when you're pushing somebody. Now let's ride on board with Caleb Hunt, an even better example. You can't see the yellow line until you're right beside it. Like right there, way out of line. And you have to lift the momentum back to the high side. That is why pushing often leads to accidents. You can't see a truck in front of him. You can't see where he's going. You can't see if you're headed above the line, below the line, on the line. You're just guessing. And you're guessing at 190 miles an hour, hoping that you don't make a mistake. That's why we see drivers get hooked in the right rear. That's why we see miscommunications passing lap trucks. That's why we see drivers door each other here in the center of the corner for the lead. Because you get pushed up into them, you get pushed down into them. There's nothing you can do about it. A few drivers have tried to fall off of this pack. Look at the 50 of Thomas Gallagher in 20th. Leading a trio. Gillen and Wilson behind him. Oh, we're trying to pass each other. I would not advise right now. I think they will get back up to the pack here. I thought they were going to lose it for a moment. Gino Volanti also trying to play catch up right now. Derek Jewett is a ways behind, working with Alex Paula. Again, stage coming here in 5 laps, so no reason to be up in the top 10. They're up in the pack unless you can be in the top 10 and get those points. Stephen Gill just praying for a caution right now, and it will be here right away for the 03. Back up front. The drag race down the back every single lap here. This time, topside clears by 1. 2 now. Will they both drop it down? They will. Exactly what you're hoping for. Clear the pusher and keep it going, but keep it going the shorter way around. We've seen the 85 struggle to lead the lane. Jason Hendry to this point in the race. Of course, it's very early. Let's see if he can lead the outside line to glory here. Need that third car in line. I believe that's Joey Beam. Yeah, Beam's going to have to get a lot closer than that. should not be able to see the badge on the rear of that truck. You got to be right up behind it. You should barely even be able to see the word twisted on that truck. That's how close you need to be here to have the most efficient draft. But again, we are very early in this race. No need to wreck the truck by any stretch. Just trying to gain an extra couple hundredths. Just make sure you get that tuned up for the end of the race here. Unless you can find yourself moving to the back rather quickly. Outside lane, going to take it by one here. Hendry to the point. Here comes SP roaring back on the bottom. Middle of the pack, a little bit of confusion here. 3 wide for a moment. 77, Zach Wilson, one of those drivers. Able to sort it out. Not much you can do back here, though. Let's have a look. From the 77, currently running in the 13th position. Where do you go? You can't go through the 10. The truck to your outside can't go up there. Oh, we got drivers wobbling, wiggling all over the place here. Big gap. Oh, Hunt up the hill. Get down into the stage. Precarious times here. Everyone, oh, there's the wreck right there. Hunt's around. He's up on his lid. Caution is out. Caleb Hunt went for a wild ride. That all started off, I believe, with the 41 machine. Let's go back here and check out exactly what caused this. So here, this is the 3 wide I was talking about. You got Andrew Allen. Oh, that's an interesting move. That's a big combination of things happened there. First off, let's ride on here with Andrew Allen. That's probably the best place to start. In the 96. There he is. So let's replay that. So he is sitting there right in the middle. See, the bottom lane kind of went down a little bit. And for some reason, the top lane went down as well, and I'm not really sure why. The only driver who didn't move was Andrew Allen. So let's see if we can get a better look here from the roof of this truck. Back here. See the 78's way down the hill. Yeah, I'm not sure if the 96 went up, if the 41 went down. Regardless, they made contact on the backstretch. Obviously got together. And that is more than likely going to do it here for the stage as well. Should give Aaron Espy the stage win. There we go, stage 1 winner. Aaron Espy. 2 cautions, 1 for cause. Well, technically 2 for cause. 1 ends up being the stage end as well. 8 lead changes so far in the first 20 laps. Been a good one so far. While we're under caution, we're going to take a quick step aside. Be back just a second. You are watching the Mystic Racing League here on VSPEED. The Black Diamond Designs 250 for the Black Diamond Designs Truck Series. Be back right after this.
Jonathan Parker, he lasted up in the stage 1. Jonathan Parker, our at Charlotte goes to Josh Adams.
Back here live on VSPEED. Working lap number 20, just about to finish it. Start lap 21. Under caution for cause. Also happens to be this end of stage number 1. And with that, a stage winner, and it is none other than Aaron Espy. Let's see if we can get a chat with the driver here. Aaron Espy, Morgan up in the VSPEED booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, well, stage 1 winner in the 16 machine. Started up in the 5th spot, has led most of the laps here to start this race. How important is it to control the race early?
Well, I'm just trying to stay out front, stay out of the mess, so I can be there at the end.
Yeah, definitely a solid strategy here. One of the winning ones we've seen many, many times here. How fun has this racing been to this point? How stressful has it been for you and the rest of your AER team? Sorry.
I've heard from Jacob that back in the pack more, it's pretty rough right now. So I haven't seen much up here, so I'm gonna try to stay up here.
Awesome. Keys to the end of the race here. What do you have to do?
Try not to get cycled to the back. I don't know. We might have a few miles race if we can go long. We'll see.
Right on. And last thing, well, we got a jump here. We want to thank who you want to shout out for winning that first stage.
AER, everybody on my team.
All right, fantastic. Well, let's get you back up to Race Chat 3. Good luck the rest of the way.
All right, thank you.
That was your stage winner, Mr. Aaron Espy. Is a hit pit road here, it looks like. Yes, they will. No brainer to pit here for fuel. You could get away with staying out, but if you're anyone up at the front, you gotta pit here. It's the safe choice. Few drivers will stay out, especially if you've already pit like Isaac Wilson has. He is one of the very few drivers to stay out. Reggie Kime as well. But let's have a look here at your leader and leaders. Everyone in the box safely, it looks like. Oh, we got issues at the back though with the 45. Oh, the 92 is spun around. It's pandemonium on the pit lane. So easy to do here. All right, let's go back and see what happened to the 45 first off. Oh, driver just, the 33 up over. The 45 had to stop. Yeah, just a weird, like really strange pit road sequence here. Let's go back even a little further. So somehow the 45 gets ahead of the 33. Or 29 also got a penalty this time. We'll have to see what that's about. Oh, the 50 is just rolling really, really slow. Everyone misses the box here. 45's a turn down. 41 goes to the outside. 91, 92 getting a kerfluffle. Oh my goodness, what a mess here on pit road. And we mentioned 29 with a penalty. Race control will have to fill me in on what happened there. He will cycle to the back of the field. Currently running in 16th. I believe we are also going to choose this time, Lai. Trucks roll off a turn 4 here. A complete lap number 22. Most of the drivers picking the bottom of the racetrack. those are your chooses here for this restart. Isaac Wilson going to be your leader. Stephen Gill alongside two drivers. We're going to cycle up to the front. Reggie Kime, another one in the 9 machine. These drivers did not pit this last time. Wilson and Kime on 17-lap old tires. Stephen Gill, or 17 laps I should say. On this stint, tires probably didn't get changed. Stephen Gill pit 3 laps ago for the caution with damage he received. So he is cycled up to the front of the field. '29's got to duck out of line and serve a penalty. That black and blue truck in center of your screen, currently on the bottom of the racetrack. He will have to make sure he serves that penalty within 3 laps, or else that will be a drive-through, or it could, I suppose it could also be a tail-end penalty, and that would already be solved. Stephen Gill is having to drop to the back here, likely for pitting a lap too soon. Not exactly sure on that penalty. I'm sure race control again will keep me informed of what's going on here. Pace lights are out. Stage number 2 about to get underway. We're going to go another 20 to lap number 40. And then it's a 60-lap marathon to the end of this race. There will have to be a pit stop at some point in that stage. But as far as this one goes, it is going to be a big train to the end of stage number 2. Here we go on the restart. Big wiggle for the high side. Andrew Allen did not get a good jump. Isaac Wilson did. Bottom lane clearly has the momentum right now. 4 versus 2, but here comes the cavalry. Christian Barnes, who can be fast all season, he's up at the front. Here comes 34 Ullman. Five trucks on the high side. We are 3 wide, a little further back. 8 got shoved out of line. 85 to the bottom now. Justin Henry. Side by side here. This is the way we like it at Daytona. It's only 40 feet wide. It feels like it's 80 feet wide. But how these trucks are able to keep it glued on the racetrack. That 2011 repave definitely paying dividends here. Still can't determine who wants to lead this race. Helen now leading his first laps of the day. Leading a great push from Christian Barnes right behind him. Race off of turn number 2. And down the back. The lines are reminiscent of Indianapolis, Pocono. Racetracks where you're intentionally trying to weave back and forth to not have drivers use the draft. That is not the intent here. You want to be as straight as an arrow, the best you can be. The reason why drivers weave like that is you're trying to chase the back bumper of the guy in front of you. We have a driver all the way down to the grass right there, the 93. All the way down to the grass. That was interesting. Hard to draft off someone who's not on the racetrack. And what it does is when you chase that bumper in front of you, the guy behind you has to chase your bumper even more, and it just gets harder and harder to figure out. That's where the crashes happen, is when you're laser focused on what's happening in front of you and not paying attention to where you're on the racetrack. As Barnes to the bottom is able to get the momentum, he should clear by 2. Yes, he will. Injury becoming a mainstay up at the front of this field as well. And now this is where it gets interesting. We talk about Daytona and Talladega as racetracks where it's not impossible to pass, but it can definitely be difficult when you're too wide, and working through traffic isn't the easiest thing. If you're a driver who's been kind of middle of the pack all day, like let's talk about Brad Nelson, for example. Haven't really said his name other than that pit stop. He's in the main pack, but he's at the back of the main pack. Hard to pass from here. Or if you're the 5, Cody Giles, who's stuck at the front, but not anymore. Gavin Hinson, Alex Pollock. Oh, we got a crash in front of him. It's not going to matter. Time's in it. Shobe's in it. I was going to say short pit here, but doesn't make a difference now. The 9 machine got the worst of that, it looked like. See what caused it. So 9 is all by himself on the high side here. I'm thinking it's a push gone wrong for the 96. It absolutely is. Caught him in a bad spot. Ullman got him as well. Oh, 21, heavy contact. Same with the 69, got him 2 times. Let's ride on board here. From Shobe's point of view, so the 9 went up to block the lane, and he got more than he bargained for, I bet. There's the touch, sends him down the racetrack. Then, bang. And another one for good measure, bang. That is not what the 69 wanted. The 21 even got it worse than that. That truck is not turning the way it's supposed to because the right front's ripped off of it. That will have to use a fast repair on that one. Oh, he's still going around the racetrack. I don't think that's going to go very much farther, unfortunately. Christian Barnes leads the way as they start lap number 29. Justin Hendry is in second. Isaac Wilson in third. Derek Jewett, John Ullman, your top 5. Joshua Thornton, Joshua Gillen, Thomas Gallagher, Adam Holston, and Stephen Gill round out the top 10. And there they are on your screen, your top 10. You drivers trying to figure out where they're supposed to pace. This is an interesting time to make a pit stop, however. I don't see anyone pitting at this moment, but this would be an interesting spot because it gets you 10 laps off sequence with everybody else. Now you might ask, what does that actually do for me? And what it does is it gets you to a point where you might be able to catch a caution in the right way to allow you to cycle up to the front of the field. And what I mean is if you pit here, you're going to have the stage in about 10 laps. If you don't, and then you'll cycle to the front because you've obviously already pitted. You can go about, let's bring up race analysis again and have a look, 28 to 32 on fuel, meaning you can go 20 laps into our final 60 laps. You end up being a little short to the end. So you have to pit an extra time, but cycle up to the front. You're going to be at the front for a large margin, 20 laps of the race if you're able to keep it up there. Is it worth the gamble to do that? It really, at this point, is just how much are you willing to gamble, how much are you willing to risk on your strategy. Drivers who haven't been up at the front all day, right? Or drivers who have had bad races so far, gotten damaged. Reggie Time obviously caught up in that accident just now. Andrew Shobe in it as well. Andrew Allen was up at the front. He's now cycled a little further back. Zukov just pit. But drivers who haven't been up at the front, you got to do something to get up there. You can't just continually follow the leader or else you're never going to get past the leader because you're always following them. So that's what you're fighting right now, is you're trying to figure out a way around all of these drivers. We are doubled up here. Look at lap number 30. 10 to go to the end of the stage. Will SB sweep the stages? Will another driver be able to claim that stage crown? SB's going to have to come from deep in the field. That 16 machine is back in the 15th spot. A lot of trucks in front of him to make it around in 10 laps. We have seen some turnover at the front of the field as well. Christian Barnes, Isaac Wilson, who definitely is going to have to pit here. around the end of the stage. I don't know if he can make it much farther. Probably to the end of the stage, but no farther than that. Hendry's been a mainstay. Ullman has been all over the field here. Jewett was in the first accident. He is up to 5th. Thornton was back at the pack. Remember, he had a black flag. He's up to 6th. Gillen technically won the pole, started out back. He is 7th. Holston's been up at the front. Brad Nelson's been in the middle of the pack for most of the day. And Thomas Gallagher, he got ran into on pit road. Had about a minute's worth of damage, along with Brad Nelson. They are currently 9th and 10th right now. So fortune can favor anyone here at Daytona. Fast trucks and drivers are just in the right place at the right time. Into the restart zone. Oh, big jump for the bottom. Top side was sleeping. Yeah, 3 trucks lined up. Now it's 4, now it's 5. Ullman leading the high side. And the top lane is completely falling apart here. They're back 5 truck lengths. It's about to be 6. As you better bet that truck's wide open on the high side. At 185 miles an hour into the corner. It's not quite fast enough. Now he's got Gillen in front of him. Now he's got, I think that's Wilson. Gonna slide up in front. Now it's 4 trucks on the top. And they're much better organized than on the bottom here. Under 10 to go to the stage. Right now, that last playoff point, stage point I should say, is that white and blue truck in the middle of your screen. Brad Nelson fighting with Thornton on the high side there. 29 has it now. That is the battle for 10th. A few drivers who qualified low but haven't made much noise. How about Caleb Hunt? Started up in 2nd spot, has not spent many laps up in the top 5. He's currently further back here in 12th. Cody Giles back in 18th. He started up in 4th. Harold Tucker in the 3rd. Started right beside him. He's in 18th now. But opposite up at the front, you got big mover Christian Barnes plus 20, Isaac Wilson plus 16, Derek Jewett plus 18 on the day. As we motor through turns 3 and 4, trying like heck to get that line to go a little bit faster. As they bob and weave down the front stretch, high side is completely falling apart again. You need 3 to make that line go fast. A steady leader. A steadier pusher, and then a 3rd truck right where the 45 is. About half a truck length behind, just able to keep the air off the rear spoiler of the 85. That is what's efficient. We got the high side in the wall. Oh, big slide down the racetrack. How did Stephen Gill make that work? Oh, man. As there is a pretty big gap back to Gino Volanti. Top 14 to broken away by about half a second here. He's still in the draft, but it's getting precarious at this point. Don't want to be much farther back than this. As the front of the field has decided that it is time to take the lead back from the 27. And that's how quickly things happen here at Daytona. Remember, it was a lap ago I said the high side had just disappeared. And here they are back with 5, 6 trucks now. Trying to get the lead. Oh, big crash. In front of the field. Bunch of drivers are in it. A few drivers getting in there quite a bit later than what was necessary. Justin Hendry, though, is where this all started. From the leader, let's go back and have a look. So 85's down here on the bottom. Got the 45 right behind him. 93, oh, it was a bad push from the 10 to the 93. He's going to wreck everyone around him. 41, 50, 45. See the 79 sliding. 92 comes in late, gets a big shot. Have to see what happened to the 92 machine because he came in there a ways late. So he's the third last car here. Maybe got some help. I just don't think he saw it in time. Zukov right in the door. Let's see it from the 10, because that's where it all started. He's pushing Wilson. Wilson's got a little bit of damage. Not sure if that impacted at all, but he's going to get a pretty good shot here. Oh, and he got him on the left rear, on the right rear. That is not where you want to hit a truck. A lot of the field is hoping that he didn't get him on the right rear, hoping that he got him square in the center of that truck, and of course, not the case here. Is a lot of the field involved in this accident. I don't know if any of the damage was too heavy. Alan Zukov definitely got probably the worst of it. You see that right front tire, left front tire not pointing in the right direction. So the 92 get a pretty big piece of it as well. Alex Pollock, he's on pit road right now. 45 took some big hits, Derek Jewett, but everyone's here on pit road trying to get these trucks fixed. This could be, I don't want to say good news for the drivers who just crashed, just silver lining time and all, as it looks like 17th to the back of the field on pit road, top 16 still on the racetrack, is this gives you an opportunity to flip the stage. Right? You're not going to pit at the end of the stage, which very well may not be under this caution. You might go back racing. I'm not exactly sure how race control is going to score this one. But regardless, you're so close to the stage. You're only 3 laps away. You can pit here, not pit at the stage, cycle back to the front, and just pit a couple laps sooner than the rest of the pack, which is something drivers do anyway at these super speedways under green flag conditions. You'll usually pit within 3 laps of your fuel tank size, and you'll do it typically in batches to avoid the chaos on pit road. Too many trucks usually leads to chaos. Not enough trucks leads to not enough speed. There's a sweet spot in the middle. It's around 5 or 6. Be interesting to see if anyone who's involved in that accident is able to bring it back to victory lane here, or at the very least a respectable finish up at the top 5, or if it'll be one of the drivers who has not been involved and is able to stay out here on the racetrack or pit or however this cycles out. Just curious to see all the strategies here. This race is laid out in an interesting way with the tires and fuel the way that they are. Allows you a plethora of strategies here for this final stage. Looks like we will go back racing. This looks like a choose to me. Most drivers taking the bottom here. So we have not finished the stage. Meaning there will be a 2-lap dash. Essentially a stage green-white checker. To the end of stage number 2, then we will start stage 3. Stage points will be awarded. Now's a good time, I think, to remind you, if you haven't already, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, so you don't miss a moment of this great racing action. Hit that notification icon so you can see every race that we have here on VSPEED. There's a number of them happening right now. Goat Locker, we got Racing Revolution, their Cup Series, as well as others. Of course, you're watching the Black Diamond Designs Truck Series here for the Mystic Racing League. And if you're here, you don't want to leave. You're going to want to finish this one. It's only going to get a little bit more exciting, I have a feeling. If you haven't already, also check out At VSPEED Sim on X and VSPEEDSim.com on the World Wide Web. Get yourself some VSPEED merch. Hats, t-shirts, polos, all sorts of stuff. Stickers for your laptop, your car even. Yeah, we got some good stuff on there. Make sure to check it out. And if you want to participate in the YouTube chat, make sure to become a member of the channel. Low fee of 99 cents or $2.99 per month. Stage 2. The finale. Gonna start here in mere moments into the restart zone. 27 on the pedal. He's gonna get the initial jump. 2 laps to determine who's gonna win stage number 2. Field converges in the middle. Top 3 on either lane have separated themselves. Here comes Brad Nelson, Caleb Hunt, and Stephen Gill. Bottom lane has the numbers. Top lane, able to hold tough. Oh, Uman way out of line. Comes back up on the racetrack. Door slams. The 33. It's far from over. Far from over. A lot of drivers just biding their time, saying no need for me to get caught up in anything. But your top 10 are moving and shaking, dicing and slicing. Is at the line that time. It's Gillen. Should have one more lap here to end stage number 2. Gillen, at least for the moment, leads. Here comes Barnes on the bottom. It's the battle of the pizza trucks. Little Caesars on the high side. Domino's on the bottom. The 10 pulls ahead. Big momentum on the high side. They're all lined up. 4 trucks, nose to tail. Oh, they separate. 10 to the bottom. Here comes a big push. And out of turn number 4, it's Gill and it's Barnes. Barnes in the middle. Gill is going to win stage number 2. Oh, my goodness. Now don't crash. There goes the 45. Yo, 3's in it. Oh, man. Off the front end of Gino Volanti. Caution is out, this time for cause. Oh man, that is tough. We're going to go back and look at that in just a second. Before we do, wow, your stage 2 winner, your stage winners, I should say, after 5 cautions, 12 lead changes. Aaron Espy wins stage 1. Joshua Gillen wins stage number 2. What happened with the 35? Checked up a bunch of trucks here. A little further back. This is off of turn 4. We saw the big move from the 27. It just stalled out. Did not work. We get to the stage here. Yeah, that's a tough one. I know I initially said that was on the 35, but really the 96 is up in the fence. Jewett had no choice but to hit the brakes to avoid hitting him, and I don't think that Gino saw him. Let's go back and have another look here. Another case of how hard it is to see through these trucks. You can barely even see Andrew Allen right in front of the 45 here. So 96 up in the fence right there, does not see. And Gino can't see him. Yeah, tough break. Heavy damage on the nose here at 35 as well. Back to the live shot. Let's take a moment here. Let's see if we can find Joshua Gillen here and have a chat with him if he's in the Discord. I do see him. See, if he's not going to pit this time, we'll chat with him. If he's going to pit, we'll wait a lap. No need to distract while we're trying to pit. Pitting very important here. Keep that track position. Most of the field should be coming in this time, I would think. Looks like it. Anybody stay out? Hendry stays out. The 85. Looks like Hendry, Zukov, maybe Harold Tucker the third. As the drivers on pit road, everyone's able to get off cleanly, it looks like. Gillen did not have a good stop. Must have taken 4 tires there. He did. Everyone else in front of him, fuel only or 2 tires. Hendry and Zukov, as well as Pollock, only drivers to not pit. Well, let's have a chat here with your Stage 2 winner. Joshua Gillen, working up in the VSPEED booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, well, stage number 2 winner. It was a hard-fought battle at the end. Looked like it could have been the end of the race. Big move from the 27. Were you worried he was going to get you there? Or were you ever worried you're going to have to defend that move to the middle or to the high side, or was it always just going to be glue it to that yellow line?
I would have never defended it, man. I'm just glad to get some kind of points out of the top 5. I would have been fine with 5th, honestly.
Absolutely. You've been one of the mainstays at the front of the field here for most of this day. This little Caesars machine has been pretty tasty up at the front here. What are you going to have to do to keep it up here for the rest of the race? You're back to 9th on the pit sequence.
Well, the biggest thing is just to survive. If I get any kind of damage, that pretty much just ruins everybody's race. If I can keep a clean truck, I might be able to have a chance at the end.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think anyone here has a chance, but you've definitely shown you can get it done when you have to. Well, we got you up here. Who you want to thank? Who you want to shout out for winning stage number 2?
Well, just appreciate y'all putting the broadcast on, man. I enjoy going back and watching it. I got family and friends. Sit here and watch it and enjoy it with us. So I appreciate y'all.
You bet. Well, good luck the rest of the way. See if you can go put this in victory lane.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
You bet. That is your stage 2 winner, Joshua Gillen. We have doubled up for what is the final stage of the race. Few drivers who've got their trucks fixed up, Hendry and Pollock, as well as Zukov. None of them. Zukov used a faster pair, the other 2 did not. Up here leading this race as we approach halfway. Yes, folks, we have not even hit halfway yet. It's been an exciting race, but these full-length truck races definitely take a toll on the drivers. Mental focus, very important for all 100 laps. Even under pacing, I've seen a number of times drivers make mistakes. We talked about saving fuel earlier in the race. You go too long and you forget to turn the truck back on, you stall it out, you can't get it fired up, you lose a bunch of track position. I've seen drivers weave back and forth like we're seeing back here with the 29. And you accidentally cross into the lane of the driver above you or below you, or you hit someone who else is weaving. That causes damage, spins you out, ruins your day and some other drivers' days as well. But now we're to the point where every decision gets magnified, amplified. Every wrong decision could be catastrophe. Every right decision could lead you to glory. Who is going to make the right decision? Who's going to make the wrong decision? It's the pace truck is going to get out of the way of the 25 drivers that remain on the lead lap. Only Isaac Brock has retired from the race. Everyone else still in the dance. And these trucks dance as we get on the loud pedal. Hendry well ahead of Zukov. Pollock can slide in behind him. Needs to go to the top instead. Bottom lane non-existent. Hard move from the 92 trying to lead. And there's the high side. A little more organized. Oh, big push from Giles. Just about got the 91 out of shape there. And the pack has caught back up by the exit of turn number 2. It looks like the driver really wants to get up to the front of the field here is Brad Nelson. You see, that truck makes some aggressive moves. We are moving and shaking here. Already up to 180 miles an hour. Trying like heck to get the lead and keep it. Pollock will lead that one. potential bonus points for championship contender. Just look a little further back in the field here. Richie Kime trying to keep this truck in contention. Remember, he was caught up in an accident. Currently sitting 16th. Engine number 9. Still +7 on the day, so definitely positive for the 9. Sitting right in front of your stage 1 winner, so clearly doing something right. Haven't seen the 5 up in the top 3 rows all that much. Here he is, Cody Giles, race winner this season, if I'm not mistaken. Biding his time back here, sitting in 5th position. Very non-Kyle Larson-like. Definitely Larson not great at these kinds of racetracks. You never see that 5 up at the front of Daytona or Talladega. You're seeing it right here. Issues a little further back. I just saw Stephen Gill have a moment with Jewett. 03 shaking down the backstretch. Able to keep it pointed straight as we have the whole field here. Within a few seconds of each other. Only one driver way out of the draft. That's Isaac Wilson. Thomas Gallagher hanging out of the tail end of it, the 50 here. Andrew Schob, the same sort of idea. Everyone else is in the draft. As Hendry takes the lead. Good run on the backstretch here. Even momentum. High side to low side. Bit of a wobble there for the 91. That's going to give the high side a little bit of juice. Drivers race out of the corner, and what a terrifying place for a camera to be. Still, no one able to break away here. We've seen a couple drivers kind of be mainstays at the front, but the only one I'm seeing right now is the 85. Everyone else has really been shuffled to the front, to the back, all the way around. The 85 has really been the dominant truck here today. Maybe not leading the most laps, but definitely up in the top 5 for the most laps here this evening. As we are just about to start the 50th lap of this race. Zukov really blocking here. Trying to keep that thing in second. It's a bit of a split further back. See Cochran, who I haven't talked about all day. Let's have a look at this truck. Right behind his teammate Stephen Gill. See that 03 beaten and battered. Biding our time here. 190 miles an hour and just chilling. Not usually a combination you're going to see anywhere else. Remember, green flag pit stops, if we go long enough, are going to be something we're going to have to do here. Your top 3 are about 5 laps worse on fuel than the rest of the field. That's the 85, the 91, and the 92. Oh, big wiggle from the 39. What a moment. Holy cow. Great job, Gavin Kinston, saving that truck. That thing was wrecked. Helping this high side out. We're still side by side. Cannot straighten it out. At the line. Oh, I think Hendry got him. Now Pollock has led 2 laps. Hendry has led 8 of them. It feels like a lot more for the 85. Oh, big push from Giles. Got Zukov way out of shape. And here comes the high side. I don't love the look of this run. Where's the 33 going to go? We're dooring each other for the second row here. Zukov and Barnes are going to check up the whole outside lane. Wow. Calamity could have happened in any corner here. You can see the 10 and the 84 specifically hanging back, just trying to wait out the storm. But for now, we still cannot determine who's going to lead this race for more than a lap at a time. 33 shoved out of line. We're going to go 3 wide for the first time today. Pollock shuffled out. He's going to get back in front. Oh, the 92. That was a dangerous move in front of Barnes. He's able to make it stick. As the bottom lane has all the momentum right now. Much more organized. Giles to the high side. He wants to lead some laps. Ullman's going to have a big run. Hunt right behind him to the back of Zukov. That run will die out in time to not have any incidents here, but here comes Giles on the high side. Big push from Pollock. Might be able to get him clear into the corners. Oh, it's going to be tight. Not quite enough. The bottom lane surges ahead again. Drag race. I have a feeling that's what our finish is going to look like. Something very similar to that time. Hendry is going to get the lead. Lead one more lap here. Oh, big move for Giles off the front bumper of the 92. Lost his help, and it did not help at all. There's a massive push. That should easily clear the 5. Does he choose to go down? Yes, he does. Now back up. Way to the high side. Oh, down to the bottom again. He faked him out, forced him 3 wide. Going to put Pollock in the middle again. And this time I don't think he can get out of it. It is destroying the high side. How is he able to still stay ahead of the 27? Oh my goodness. The 8 a little further back in a 3 wide battle for a moment. It's straightened out. As we're about halfway to that pit stop. As they catch the very damaged Isaac Wilson. He's gluing it right to the bottom. Nothing wrong with that. The field will try and work around him. They caught him in about the best place you can possibly catch a lap car. Staying low on the backstretch. Lots of room on the high side. They all get around cleanly. The driver who is currently 25th in that patriotic number 93 machine. Back up front, Hendry and John. Oh, there's a big move by Nelson. And where is Ullman going to rejoin? We'll go back and have a look at it in just a second. Oh, and there goes Stephen Gill again. Big slide for the 03. Oh, big crash behind him. 41's in it. No caution. Oh, heavy damage. We got to go back and look at this whole thing here. Started off with the 33. So this is the move. He had to avoid the 27. Got into the 34. Now there's the 34. Trying to keep it on the racetrack. Catches the 03. On with the 03 now. 41 gets involved as well. Wow, what a crazy turn of events that was. And up front, all you missed was a little bit of jockeying for the same positions. Giles, Hendry, Pollock, Zukov, and Barnes, your top 5. As they have broken away from Cochran, who is back in 14th. So your top 13 have gotten away. As we still battle 3 wide here. Can't quite figure out who is going to work with the 27. We haven't seen it happen for a while. Continually forced 3 wide on the high side. Caleb Hunt back in this race. He's third car inside. Here comes Gavin Hinson. Haven't talked with him much tonight. Jewett as well. And Espy working with his teammate as well. Right on board for a lap with your stage 1 winner. Just about had another accident up in the front of the field. So easy. Put your truck in the wrong position. Driver's going to have to go another 10 laps to make it to the end on fuel. But that's not in any driver's mind right now, except for maybe the 84 who's getting the best tow. Just hanging out back here. Everyone in this pack, though, they are worried about not wrecking each other. There's a second pack. Let's have a look at these guys. Pick them up. Pullman pushed by Thornton. Got Andrew Allen in there as well. Gino Volanti. Zach White's a ways behind. He's off the pace by himself. Stephen Gill, same thing. Andrew Schob, all by his lonesome, although working with Thomas Gallagher. That's 22nd, 23rd. Isaac Wilson, the only driver running, who's a lap down. Joey Beam and Isaac Brock have left the race. Your top 2 still undecided. Like a broken record saying that, but we just have not been able to sort out this pack at all. We run 2 wide, then we run 3 wide, then we single file out, then we're back to 2 wide. It's been quite the race. Very difficult for these drivers to determine who they want to work with, because I think what they're seeing is that any driver will hang them out to dry. I don't think anyone, unless you're a teammate, can really be trusted at this point. Oh, we got a big move. Giles to the high side. He's going to put them both in the wall. Oh, my goodness. He sure blocked the high side all right. Wow. And again, the 27 can't make any hay. Bottom lane out by 3. 4 now. This is between Zukov and Brad Nelson. Now Barnes trying to lead that lane to glory. Hasn't been able to do so yet. Giles to block, and here comes, oh, big move up the hill. Oh, there goes the 10 and the 33. Oh my, that's got to be a caution. It sure is. Oh man, that all started with Pollock. Wow. And this is going to change everything for strategy. Let's go back and see what happened to cause this one. From the blimp view. Oh, the 27 came down, I see. We'll go look at it again, but Espy's in it. Cochran's in it. Time's in it. Hinson's in it. So is obviously the 10 machine, but let's go back and look at it specifically from the 27's point of view. Not from point of view, just from the 27. She's getting pushed by Nelson. High side there. It gets blocked by Giles. He goes down to the bottom. I don't think he realizes that Pollock's coming up the hill to kind of squeeze that run out of room. They make contact, checks everybody up, and that is, of course, is what causes the contact with the rest of the field. But this is definitely going to change things with respect to strategy, because I believe we should see most of your field hit pit road here, especially drivers like Pollock and Hendry, because they were the worst on fuel. But what this does, doesn't quite put you in a window to make it. You're right on the edge. We remember, to race analysis, 32 was the magic number. We're going to be closer to 35, 36. So can drivers save it that far? Caution laps will help. Definitely will be curious. Once we get out of pit road, we will take our final commercial break of the race. At least our final full screen commercial break of the race. As it looks like it's going to be Caleb Hunt out of pit road first. Brad Nelson chooses to not pit. So he will be your leader when we come back. You've been watching the Mystic Racing League. The Black Diamond Designs 250 here at Daytona. Don't go anywhere.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Back here on VSPEED as we're just pacing, coming to the one to go. About to get back racing here at Daytona Field on the backstretch. I've been your host and producer, Morgan Cook. If you haven't already, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, so you don't miss a moment of this great racing action you see here on VSPEED, the Mystic Racing League, as well as the Black Diamond Trucks, Black Diamond Designs Truck Series here. It's been a fun one so far, 2/3 of the way in. Caleb Hunt currently your leader. Stage winners. After 6 cautions, Aaron Espy, Joshua Gillen, 24 lead changes. That's at the start finish line, not including everything that's happened around the speedway. Pace truck should make that sharp left-hand turn. There it is. Will this be the run to the end? Can drivers make it? We're going to find out. It's probably the closest start we've seen on the bottom lane. Usually the inside is able to get a big jump as the leader. Immediately, Hunt goes up to the top, leaves Pollock and Zukov to take care of the bottom. Jewett right there with him. Giles trying to help out the 78 and 85 on the top. Those three working together. Well, now all bets are off. We don't know if we can make it to the end. We think we can. Some drivers certainly are playing that game. The one I'm seeing out of the corner of my eye, Jacob Cochran back here, still hanging out. Shobe as well. Really just being patient here. Drivers in the pack and at the back of the pack, biding their time, saving their fuel by running hard throttle. Drivers not running hard throttle, how about your leaders? Inside, outside. Full throttle here, burning the most fuel, cutting the air for everybody else. Will they have enough to the end? I don't think so. It might be a case of you don't want to lead, but you don't want to lose ground, and that makes it for such a difficult razor's edge to walk on. But for now, 92 with the lead. Here comes 78 on the high side. Drivers found it all across this racetrack. Hunt's not going to get there. SB falls out of line. Currently leading that higher line. Got Gill right behind him. A couple teammates. No one really around the 16 right now. Probably likes it that way. As we're approaching 30 laps remaining. Chess match up at the front of the field. A couple newcomers as well. How about Gino Volanti? Up in 8th, having a great run. Harold Tucker the third, started in 3rd. Oh, I don't like that, Gino. Careful. Almost found himself in a bad spot. Ullman, and here comes Stephen Gill through the middle. Aaron SB Racing making their way to the front in a hurry. Shobe had lost the draft previously. He's up in 18th now in the 69 machine. The 50's been hanging around all day in Thomas Gallagher. Zach White having a good run. But it's been a banner day for Alan Zukov. Excellent work here for the 91 up at the front. Still curious to see kind of how this shakes out near the end of the race. Can we make it all the way? I am leaning towards no for most of the field, but I think a select few can save enough as we get forced 3 wide at the front of the field. Jewett to the bottom, but Zukov in the middle. Pollock way up top. And Giles going to go work with the 91, leave the 85 out to dry. Oh, Caleb Hunt with a big shot in the back. He's going to come down and wreck the whole field. Everyone's in it. Volanti, the 79. Ullman, oh my goodness. Throw the flag. It's out. Put it out. Oh, man. Oh, that is a tough one. Block gone wrong. Wrecks a bunch of trucks here. A few meatballs. Caleb Hunt's got one. Ullman's got one. Oh, man, that is difficult. Drivers that pit here can make it to the end of the race if you were curious. A little further back here. From way above this racetrack, so I think we're about half a lap early from where this happens. So this is where Zukov gets split 3 wide by Jewett. Left the bottom open, nothing wrong with that. Giles goes to try and make that move to the middle. And for some reason, Caleb Hunt lifts in the middle of the corner and just gets run over from behind. SB somehow gets through it. The 50 and the 69 both got through it as well. I don't know how, I have no idea how they made it through it. But let's ride on board here from inside the cockpit of the 78. Watch the RPMs, bottom of the screen. Yeah, big lift. Went down to 600 RPM, and then just couldn't hang on to it. I want to get one more replay. This one with the 50. Gallagher. See how we made it through this thing. Because here he is, a lot of trucks in front of him. He sees the 3 wide, backs out of it a little bit. Sees that they're moving around, hits the wall, they're wrecking. Bails out of the throttle immediately. Sees part. Oh, he did catch Ullman a little bit, but just barely. And that's how you avoid an accident at Daytona. That's very well done by Thomas Gallagher. Props to you. We hit pit road here. Most of the field on pit road. Top 6 stay out. Jewett, Pollock, Holston, Espy, Gill, Zach White, as well as Christian Barnes, Gavin Hinson, and Gino Volanti. Looks like everyone from Justin Hendry on back. That's 10th position. We'll hit the pit lane here. Put on maybe some tires, definitely get some fuel, and make it to the end of the race. So I'm sure that everyone who stayed out can make it to the end because the caution laps was going to be close before. It's still close, it's just not perfect in terms of being able to make it to the end. You're going to have to do a little bit of saving, probably not lead. If you lead the next 27 laps, you're probably going to be in trouble, but that remains to be seen. Right now, Derek Jewett is your leader. Pollock in second, Holston, Espy, and Gill are your top 5. Zach White having an excellent run in 6th. Christian Barnes is 7th. Gavin Hinson is 8th. Gino Volanti caught up in the accident, got some pretty heavy damage on the nose. He is 9th. Andrew Allen sneaking his way back up into the top 10. Cody Giles in 11th. Joshua Thornton is 12th. John Ullman 13th. Justin Hendry 14th. Andrew Shobe now 14th. Moving Justin Hendry back to 15th. Gallagher, Hunt, Nelson, Gillen, Zukov, the rest of the top 20. Tucker the third, Kime, Cochran, and Wilson, the remaining drivers on the lead lap. Of course, Joey Beam and Isaac Brock have left the session. Choose time? Maybe not. I don't think we actually chose there. Next time. Nope, there it is. Just took Barnes a while to get up there. Most drivers picking the bottom. Of course, we've seen it be the best lane all day. Drivers able to get that good launch. Pull third spot right up to their back bumper. While the top side's still trying to get organized. Allows you a pretty easy, uncontested lead off of turn number 2. Then the field gets back to you in the backstretch, and then things get a little bit more messy, but at least you get half a lap of calm before things get wild. Three-quarters of the way through this race. If you're still with us, appreciate the support, appreciate you tuning in. Make sure to stick with us here for these last 20-odd laps as we determine who's going to win here at Daytona. The Black Diamond Designs Truck Series here for the Black Diamond Designs 250. Full-length truck race, one of the few ones of the year. Part of what I believe is a full-length weekend for all of the Mystic NASCAR series. Pace lights are out. Field is doubled up. Field makes that slow drive down the tri-oval into the restart zone. Barney got the flag in his hand. The pylons are going to light up, and we are racing. Hopefully to the checker here at Daytona. No one on the outside. Completely fell apart at that line. 45, 92, the 8, the 27, and Espy in the 16 all get away clean. First side-by-side way back. Well, now it's up in the front because here comes Christian Barnes. We've seen the 27 try and take the lead at least a dozen times today, has yet to really be able to command that lead. He did lead 13 laps, but definitely seen a lot of runs die with that 27 as well. Curious to see if drivers are going to want to work with him. He's all the way to the top there. 6 cars break away, but here comes the 96. Here comes the 03 and the 29. It's about to be a party again up at the front. That accident severely thinned out the pack as well. Although we still got 11 trucks within 1 second of each other. A little sideways, no, not sideways I shouldn't say, but bit of an issue back here with the draft. We got Melanti in the middle. That is killing this line. Look, they've almost lost the lead pack here with that move. So driver getting the fence up here. Barnes leads, Espy on the back bumper. Hinson to the high side. He's going to try some of his first laps of the day. Yeah, none led here for the 39. Opportunity presents itself at the closing laps of this race. Getting the push from Andrew Allen, driver who dominated the race in Lime Rock last time we were in this series. Driver side drafting, pushing for all it's worth. High side losing momentum just a little bit. Top 2 are clear on the bottom. Does Espy think about going up? Does he stick with the 27? Big move a little further back for the 33 of Nelson. Top to the bottom. Oh, we're spinning. Hinson's around. Oh, big crash. Bad push from the 96. Shove's in it. The 10's in it. Caleb Hunt with no brakes. Oh, man. What happened to Gavin Hinson in front of this field? I think it's just a bad put right in the entry of the corner. So far, so good here. Oh, he got held. A little net code from the 45 is what it was. Yeah, that's difficult. If you're the 39, you didn't do a darn thing wrong. Had someone come up and gotcha. Right on board here with the 78. Crosses over the 50. Sees him wrecking. He does back it down, but he gets stuck on the apron. Also had the 35. Did not make that easy at all to get around that accident. Let's go check out the 35's on board here. So from the nose here. He basically made it impossible for the 78 to turn left there. So as much as I gave the discredit to the 78 of Hunt, I really can't blame him too much for that one. That would have been much, much worse if he crossed past the 35. Regardless, going to work on 20 laps to go here. Whole field should be able to make it to the end now with all the pace laps. 24th on the lead lap, about to go to 23 as Volanti will go a lap down. A lot of trucks here fighting damage, but not a lot of fast repairs have been used. Drivers saving it for the nitty-gritty of this race. we are fairly close to that nitty-gritty. Christian Barnes leads. Espy is second. Jewett, Pollock, and Holston are your top 5. Hendry, Gill, Giles, Nelson, and Thornton are your top 10. 80% through this 100-lap show. Well, what do we think? Been a fun one so far. Just looking back at the chat here for this race. A lot of fans here. I see some cheers for the 96. AER getting some love. Zukov. Appreciate everyone in the chat who's keeping on top of it, making it interesting. Who you got? 20 laps to go. Who is your pick to win this race? The driver I have my eye on, one that just won't quite go away, is Derek Jewett. I like the 45. I just have a feeling. I'm not really sure why. He's been up at the front a lot. Seen him at the back, in the middle. He's kind of just been a chameleon. But he continues to slowly work his way to the front of the field here as we get to the choose. Mixed bag here. A lot of drivers picking the bottom, but the top is also highly sought after. Really, I mean, you can choose either lane and it's going to be fairly effective here. This is one of those racetracks where high versus low is simply more about who you want to work with than it is about how good the actual line is. Of course, handling not playing a massive factor tonight. Of course, tires will matter a little bit if you got 80 laps on them, but if we're talking about the track itself and handling and different bankings and radiuses, bottom versus top is not a factor at this facility. It's really just about working with a specific driver, set of drivers, team, however you want to look at it. That's what's important about choosing here, is putting yourself in the best position to succeed through the draft, not through having the least amount of cars in front of you or the best lane or whatever have you. We see it at racetracks like mile and a halfs, like Vegas, where the top side might get chosen because you can get a good run off the corner off of turn 2 and fly down to the bottom, or the bottom might be chosen at a place like Kansas because of the wide open nature. It allows you to clear the high side. Not the case at Daytona. Daytona is all about working together with teammates, enemies, whatever you got, whatever you have around you. Doesn't really matter at this point in the race. Everyone's fighting for that same goal, and it's to get into victory lane. You hope to find your teammates. You hope that whoever's behind you is going to push you. But nothing can be guaranteed until that flag waves. And 45 got a big launch there. I don't know if that was exactly legal. He did not hit the leader to the line, though, so it might. I'm not sure. Race Control's going to have a look at that one. I can guarantee it. Regardless, Barnes leads. Jewett's on the high side. Both drivers getting pushes from Espy and Pollock, respectively. Here comes the 85 back to the front. Holston making an appearance at the front. Haven't seen him in a while up in the top 10. Field scrambles behind them, trying to find the right lane. Where is the speed? As we're under 20 laps to go here. Daytona. Oh, Jewett pushed out a line. That's not going to help the high side. I almost have a feeling that Pollock does not want to work with the 45. Jewett once again gets down to the door of SB. See, right on the exit of the corner here, not getting down nearly as low as Jewett is. As we're 3 wide behind him. Hinson trying to make it 3 wide. He's going to get shuffled back. Thornton pushed him out of line. Top 6, 2 by 3. I'd be very concerned if I was the 45 getting that close to the door. Remember, that's how the last caution happened. 45 down on the door of somebody, triggered a caution. I mean, he's giving him 0 space. If you're SB, you're just thinking, get out of my way. I mean, you're not afraid to lean on him in this case either. As your top 10, top 11 now, back to Hinson. Kime now joining this group. Still just trying to set it up. At this point, you have to assume we're going green. Get yourself in the right position. What is the right position? As one driver disappears from the field, that was, I believe, Holston. Comes back in. As Jewett now goes to the bottom. 27 to the high side. Oh, big block from the 45. Oh man, that is going to slow up that entire outside line quite a bit. They're still not sorted out. They finally get it straightened out into 3. This is what a 190-mile-an-hour pressure cooker looks like. 85 with a moment. Christian Barnes leads another one. Down to the bottom to block Jewett. Jewett gives him a big push into the corner. Pollock and Holston. Thornton still have not figured out how to get up there and challenge. Gonna give Jewett a big push. Oh, contact with SB. Around goes the 27. The 45's in it. Drivers in the air. Hinson's involved again. Oh, man. The 45. Heavy, heavy damage to the nose of Derek Jewett. So SB into the back of the 27, gets him shot straight sideways with contact from the 85. SB gets out of it okay. I believe we'll have to go check it out again. A lot of the field, though, gets some sort of damage out of this. Let's look at it from way high above the 16 again. So the accordions, little bump, push from the 85. He goes way down in the grass. It's the 5 I'm looking at here. 5 starts sliding, able to save it. Gets around the 96. He is able to clear that easily. The 39 took a pretty big hit too in Gavin Hinson. Let's check it out here from the roof of this truck. Crash is going to happen 2 cars in front of him on the bottom. Big lift. There's a 27 up in the air. And it gets hit from behind. It really gets hit from the 9. Yeah, just not a ton you're going to be able to do about that. Watch that yellow and black car. Truck, I should say. They all get wrecking. Yeah, he got hooked from the 96, who got absolutely pile-driven by the 03 of Stephen Gill. Just must not have realized they were wrecking in front of him. One more replay here before we get back to the live shot. He's riding in line here, does not see the accident happening. Still full throttle and right into the back of Andrew Allen. That's heavy damage to the 03, who's already been in a number of incidents today. Yeah, heavy damage repair for that truck. Alex Pollock is your leader. Showing Reggie Kime as the leader, though that just simply can't be true, as he's, oh, I believe he backed up across the start-finish line because he missed his pit stall, so timing and scoring is very confused on where Reggie Kime is supposed to be. Pollock, Holston, Nelson, Ullman, and Giles, your top 5. Hunt, Shobe, White, Gillen, and Jewett in the top 10. Espy with the black flag, likely for being the cause of the accident. Going to go back racing here with likely 11 laps to go. Haven't seen much in the chat. Here in a little while. Should be choosing this time, I would think. It is that time. Pace lights are out. Pollock on the bottom. Holston on the top. Ullman and Nelson make up row 2. Giles and Hunt in row 3. And a couple drivers having a great day. How about the 69 to 77? Oh, and Jewett's in the fence. What is going on here with the 45? Trying to get out of the way. EOL. Oh, he is. I don't know what's happening here with the 45. That was an interesting way to fall back to the field. Regardless, Shobe and White having excellent runs. Remember, Shobe was almost a lap down at one point, lost the draft, and so did Zach White. Both of these drivers now appear in the top 10 with 12 to go. Definitely could be in store for a great finish here if you're able to keep things the way they need to be. Pollock and Holston haven't pit in 24 laps. Should be okay on fuel, although overtime might be a bit of a question. We do have, I believe, unlimited overtime attempts if required. That means 15 of them if we need them. Which, and how this race has gone, quick recap for you, 9 cautions, 30 lead changes. We very well may need those cautions. Those green-white checker attempts. But for hopefully the final time today, the field works its way into the restart zone, and on to the loud pedal goes Pollock and the rest of the field here. Oh, we're wrecking at the front of the field. Oh man, the whole field's involved again. What on earth? Barely even got back to the shot before everyone was wrecked. Brad Nelson and Adam Holston. Caution number 10. I don't know if the 33 thought there was just more room there than there was, but there obviously was not a lot of room. Back and look at it again here. So 8's on the high side. 92 gets a great launch. 34 is trying to push the 8 to get a better start. 33 launches with the 92. I think he's just trying to get clear here. Doesn't quite realize the 8's right on his door. Ullman's in it. The 5's in it. 85 gets sent around. Yeah, that's a weird accident, of course. Low speed, so the damage I don't think is too bad. on any of these trucks. I'm looking at the 33, probably got the worst of it. We zoom in on his truck. It doesn't look too bad. The right front's going to be where the question is. He's coming into frame right now. It looks okay. I think he'll be fine. A little bit of damage on the right front, it looks like, but should be fine. That's got to be so frustrating, though. Nothing you can really do about that one. Cautions do breed cautions, Brethren. You are right about that. I don't think it's a league or series problem. I think it's just this racetrack has a habit of doing that. Has a habit of you get everyone bunched up. Somebody makes a mistake, and of course, there's not going to be 1 or 2 drivers involved. It's going to be 7 or 10 or 12 or whatever the case is. Got some cheers for Mr. Black Diamond Designs, Alex Pollock, current leader of the race. Does anyone have anything for him? Adam Holston, Caleb Hunt, Zach White gained some more spots there. Andrew Shobe as well. Gillen, your stage 2 winner. Gallagher has had a great run today. Tucker the third up to 8th. Wilson is 9th. Remember, that truck was destroyed at one point. He's up 9. He's up 10 spots on the day. And Aaron Espy, your stage 1 winner, back in 10th. It really mixed bag here in this top 10. Could be anyone. I would not be surprised if any one of those drivers won this race. Heck, it could even be somebody outside of this top 10. We still have 23 on the lead lap. Only driver off the lead lap is Joshua Thornton, the 29. Joey Beam, Isaac Brock have left the session. Coming to the choose. Gonna go here with, I believe, 8 laps to go is when we'll go green. Got some cheers for Caleb Hunt. See where 78 decides to restart this race. High side, it looks like. Last second, down to the bottom. Where do the rest of the drivers go? A lot of them to the top side, it looks like. Yeah, great call, Brett. Curious to see how Alex and Adam try and control the race since they're teammates. That's Pollock and Holston. I can tell you, team plans are a great idea. Just like a race I was in on Monday, we had that field locked up. 5 of the top 5 at one point in that race, and none of us ended up winning it. So, it's a lot. It's easy to say, it's easy to think about, but it is very, very difficult to make that happen. We're going to find out again. Potentially the last restart of the day. Let's do a quick race recap. 10 cautions, 30 lead changes. Your stage winner. Stage 1 was Aaron Espy. Stage 2, Joshua Gillen. Well, who's going to join those stage winners as a winner here tonight? Will it be one of those two? Will it be somebody else? The 69 also sharing a team with the front 2. Caleb Hunt seems to be odd man out in that battle. I also like this 77. Zach White playing dark horse here. Both your stage winners in the top 10 as well. This could go a lot of different ways, folks. Buckle up, stay tuned. It's going to get wild into the restart zone. One more time, even launch, top to bottom, counted them down. What will they do? Still even, no help from behind on the high side. Caleb Hunt trying to push the 92 out. Big checkup on the top. That hurt the momentum in a big way. But those top two on the high side staying committed to each other, and here comes the run back. No one able to really definitely define their line. Let's come back to the flag here with 6 laps to go. Look at the inside lane, the 77, the 50, and the 93. You would ask me 40 laps ago, I would have said no chance these drivers are up in the top 10, let alone in a spot where they could win it. Gillen in the middle. Wall contact with the 10 and the 27. I don't like this at all. I don't think it's going to work. Trying to get a push from the 79. Harold Tucker the third. And here comes Espy. Still forcing it 3 wide is the 27. Been 3 wide all day. The bottom lane is almost checked out. Oh, contact. Jude's in the fence. Hard. The 45. Hard in the wall. No caution. Here comes Hunt. Help behind him. 2 wide behind him. 3 wide behind him. They're wrecking. The 50's in it. Big crash. Caution's out. 50, 84. Both keeping off the wall. Great driving by those guys. Oh, wow. We are going to have a shootout. Oh, man. Let's go back here and find a couple of these accidents and see what happened. This is just crazy racing at this point in the race. So this one, 50 got shoved way out of line. Hit from the 94. 84, oh wow, up and over. Not much the 84 can do there. Let's ride on board with the 50, because he had a wild ride. There it is, up and over. Yeah, it definitely went all the way over there. Yeah, it was feathering the throttle, trying to avoid the 77. Ended up getting caught up from behind here, but let's go back and find Jewett, because he was caught up in a different incident. Back one further here. There's the 45, big ND on the hood, right behind the 84. Espy as well, right in front of this Andrew Allen in 96. So 45 just trying to bide his time here. They're squirrely in front of him. He goes to the top. Into the wall himself, down in front of the 96, saves it back into the fence. Yeah, not much you can do about that one, but big damage. That's a meatball and use a fast repair, so tough break for the 45. With 4 laps to go, Caleb Hunt is your leader. Adam Holston, Alex Pollock, Zach White, Andrew Schober, your top 5. Then Barnes, Espy, Gillen, Allen, and Tucker the third. This top 10 continues to change so rapidly. Really hard to have any prediction of what's going to happen here this final few laps. But I still want you to try, chat. Who you got for me? Who's going to win this race? We should have a natural green-white checker. Will it be Caleb Hunt? Will it be Adam Holston? Alex Pollock? Andrew Schob? Those 3 are teammates. Zach White trying to play spoiler. Christian Barnes. Aaron Espy, Joshua Gillen, those 2 stage winners. Andrew Allen, the winner last time out. Harold Tucker III led the field to green today. And the list goes on. If you're in the race on the lead lap, I think you have a chance. We had some drivers cheering on Caleb Hunt out here. Every driver who is on the racetrack is on the lead lap. Again, Joey Beam will finish 25th. Isaac Brock will finish 26th. Ooh, we got some. I don't know what's going on here. 50 just completely lost it there. That's an interesting move. We got Holston for the win. Not exactly believing in the 78's clutch abilities here. We have seen the 78 win this year. Went back in Las Vegas. So not foreign to the concept of victory lane as Caleb Hunt. We're going to go into overtime here. This will not be natural. As we work the final choose. Hunt to the bottom. Holston to the top. Rest of the field. Sliding in whichever way they think is going to lead them to glory. All the way back to Jacob Cochran, the last driver in this pack, back in 20th. Derek Jew and Thomas Gallagher now they're now laps down apiece. You can feel the intensity. Even though none of these drivers are in the same place, all of them scattered across North America, some with better internet connection than others, you can tell every one of these drivers feels what this moment means. We're going to go a little bit past the scheduled distance, which is bad news for the 8 machine. Remember, he has not pit, neither is Pollock. They are still on that tank from a long while ago. Everyone else can make it easily on fuel. This will be a green white checker attempt number 1. Will it be the final one? Another race recap. This our 11th caution of the day. 31 lead changes to go along with it. It's been an interesting event. Track temp 81 Fahrenheit. But inside the cockpit, a lot hotter than that. Green white checker number 1. Hunt accelerates. Big jump on the bottom. Gonna clear him by 2. Holston and Pollock get back to his back bumper. Big shot in the back for Pollock. Oldfield, there goes Pollock to the high side. Exactly what Hunt couldn't have happened. Caution is out. Andrew Allen's around. We'll have another attempt here at green white checker. '96 and '79 get together. Just a miscommunication of who was where. Not much more to say about that one, but catching the pace car here. We did not get the white flag. We will do it again. well. Another green-white checker attempt. Hunt, Pollock, Holston, White, Shobe, Gillen, Barnes, Espy, Zukov, and Hendry, your top 10. Gallagher should get his lap back here. That'll put 23 on the lead lap. Jewett is 3 down, of course, with the damage from the last accident. The only 2 drivers who are not, well, there's a few drivers who are not loving the green-white checkers. Caleb Hunt obviously wants to just have this thing be over so he can win. Alex Pollock and Adam Holston have already gone 36 on this tank. Now, of course, this last run has been littered with yellow flags, littered with those cautions, but I was talking to drivers earlier before the show started. 32 was the number I got for the farthest you could go. They've already gone another 10 miles past that. So the question is, how many more green-white checkers can they survive? How many more until the 92 and the 8 run out of fuel? Or can they do as many as it takes? There goes the 50. That'll give Gallagher his lap back and make that 23 on the lead lap. This race had a lot of twists and turns. From your stage winners to accidents involving front runners, different strategies, flip-flopping the field. Big gamble for the guys at FSR, staying out this long, trying to snag this one away. To a driver who we really hadn't seen up in the front of the field since the start of the race, Caleb Hunt, in position to steal this race, has only led 11 laps here tonight. And we're going to see drivers who have led a lot of laps, like the 27. Christian Barnes is back in 7th. He's led 23 of them, almost a quarter of the race. Espy lead a bunch of laps. He led 15 of them. Hendry has led 13. We've also seen Gillen lead 4. Won the stage out of that. Pollock's led 16. Holston's hasn't led at all yet today. So a lot of drivers who have led a good amount of laps could all get, taken away here by Caleb Hunt. Another choose. This race will end no earlier than lap 105. As everyone doubles up. Hunt and Holston, row 1. Pollock and Shobe in row 2. Remember, the 8, the 69, and the 92, all teammates. 77 and 27 make up row 3. Then Gillen and Espy in row 4. Zukov and Hendry in row number 5. A lot of heavy hitters in those last 2 rows in the top 10. Trucks with massive damage, still somehow rolling around this 2.5-mile behemoth of a racetrack. One of the most world-renowned racetracks that exists on this blue orb. Who is going to etch their name into history at the World Center of Racing? It's been a long one. For those of you who have been with us for the last 2.25 hours, we appreciate you having us on your phones, TV, computer, wherever you are here on VSPEED. I've been Morgan Cook, your lead-in producer, doing a solo show here for Mystic Racing League and the Black Diamond Designs Truck Series. If you haven't already, we'll say it before we go green. Like and subscribe to the video, the channel. Check out VSpeedSim.com and at VSpeedSim on X. And now, let's settle this. Green flag is out for the final time, potentially. Hunt with another big launch on the bottom. Holston on the top. He's going to block him. Holston crosses him over. A double crossover. Momentum to the high side. There is nothing on the bottom. They still have not figured out who's going to lead the lanes. Holston gets the run. The 78's going to get shuffled out. They're 3 wide down the backstretch. 3 wide. Oh, the 85. There goes the 33. Big crash. Caution's going to be out again. Now Holston's the leader. White flag did not come out. They're still wrecking. Ullman in the 10. Big crash. Oh, man. That took out most of the field. What happened here? 33, big crash. This is the one that started it all. So they're 3 wide and shuffling. He just got loose. That was bizarre. That truck just turned straight left. Let's check out the steering wheel here. So watch that orange tape at the bottom of the wheel. That tells you where center is roughly. Just watch how violently it turns to the left here into the corner. And there is nobody behind him. But that truck just went around like it was floating on air. That was really bizarre. And then let's have a look now at the 10, who just got turned into the outside wall with Ullman. This was even more bizarre. So the 33, I think she might have gotten the side of the 10 even. Yeah, that's who 33 goes at the nose of. Volanti in the 10 here. I don't know what is going on here. Volanti just took both of them out. And I don't mean on a nice wine and dine date. Put him straight in the fence. Yeah, that was a bizarre accident as well. And Nelson with the meatball, that's probably going to be the end of his day. As now we will not finish before lap 109. Holston leads, Shob in second, Barnes is third, Hunt back to fourth, played the restart all wrong. Pollock is back to fifth, helping the teammates. Hendry, White, Espy, Zukov, and Volanti, your top 10. We're running out of trucks here. Tonight, Ullman and Giles a lap down. Jewett's 8 laps down. Stephen Gill, the last car on the lead lap. And I don't believe that Brad Nelson is going to be around much longer in this race either with that meatball flag he just incurred. Tell you what, Ricky LaFleur, you very well could be right. Holston wins this race. If Holston is able to hang on to win this race after a Caleb Hunt, not great restart, just poorly executed that restart. Yeah, tough. If you're a fan of the 78, just didn't quite play it right. I mean, Barnes has been fast all day, too. I don't think this thing is settled. I believe we're on green-white checker attempt number 3 already. Another recap, caution 13. The 30-second lead change was Holston taking it away from Hunt. I don't believe anyone's going to pit here, although Holston's got to be really tight on fuel still. The 8 and 92 still have not hit pit road in a long while. If there's 2 drivers to run out, it would be them, and that would not be good for the field here. 8 to the bottom, 96 to the top, going to control the lanes. You see your favorite driver going high or low. Almost a miscue there for the 84. He almost got cooked. Any one of these restarts could be the final one of the day. We don't know. Just like Nashville and the NASCAR Cup Series last year, where we just continued to have restart after restart. No idea when they're going to end and who is going to be out front when they do. We've been nowhere near taking the white flag. Will this be the one? Will it be Holston, Shobe, Barnes, Pollock, Hunt, Hendry, somebody else that we didn't see coming? Will it be teammates working together, like on the front row? Will it be someone else who's able to spoil the party, shake up the fun, if you will? 20 drivers on the lead lap, 20 drivers with a chance at winning tonight. All the way back to Joshua Gillen in 20th, your stage 2 winner. With heavy damage on the truck, he could still win it if things go exactly right. Barney's going to pick up the field. Oh, we're wrecking before we even get to the green flag. Gavin Hinson just got moved. I believe that was Stephen Gill got into him. But the inside lane gets away with no issues. Here comes Shobe Pollock on the high side. Hunt up to block it. Not far enough. Crossover. Moving and shaking. 3 wide. There goes Holston. Holston's going to go around. He will not win this race. Shobe now to the point with his teammate right behind him. Hunt's going to door Espy. They're still 3 wide. Can't quite sort out. And those top 2 got out quite a ways. I don't know about this. Here comes Espy with Cochran pushing him. Are they going to go 3 wide? They're going to have to. Gets blocked by the 92. They're all going to go around. They're all in it. Hunt continues to lead. White flag. That's probably going to do it. It's not over yet. There's 4 cars. Hunt, Allen, White, and Hendry. Which one of these 4 is going to bring it home? Three on the bottom, 1 on the top. Hunt leads. Allen right on the rear bumper. Off of turn 4 for the final time today. The winner's going to be Caleb Hunt. Caleb Hunt, in an incredible finish where most of the field gets wiped out on the final lap, is going to win here at Daytona. Unbelievable. We're going to have to go back and see what happened. Start off with Aaron Espy. In the 16. Finishes backwards through the grass, but remember, Espy is up here. Has a great run. He's got his teammate Cochran pushing him. Hendry right behind him. Goes to the high side and gets blocked by the 92. And a block that just had, there was no chance that was going to work out for any of these guys. 96 goes end over end. The 16's up in the air. Yeah, most of the field's in it. Only that top 5 did not get involved. Wow, what an incident. Unreal. We are going to take another quick commercial break, set up the results in an interview with your top three, Hunt, Allen, and Hendry. You're not going to want to miss this. Stay tuned for the conclusion here of the Mystic Racing League Black Diamond Design Truck Series here for the Black Diamond Designs 250 at Daytona. Don't go anywhere, folks.
Charlotte goes to Josh Adams.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Back here on VSPEED, just finished the Black Diamond Designs 250 here at Daytona for the Mystic Racing League. Here is how it finished. Thriller of an ending. Caleb Hunt comes home with the victory after what was a 13 caution and 34 lead change day, 109 laps completed. Andrew Allen going to finish in second. Hendry comes across the line in third. And Zach White, the final of that quartet, they made it through the accident cleanly. Wilson going to come home in fifth. Thornton in sixth. Gillen, your stage 2 winner, and pole sitter in seventh. Stephen Gill, after what was an absolutely awful day, comes home in eighth. Holston, who was leading with 2 to go, gets spun on the backstretch. He finishes ninth. Time will finish in 10th position. 11th, Harold Tucker III in the 79. Jacob Cochran had a shot at winning this thing at the end. He finishes 12th. Zukov in 13th. Barnes led a ton of laps. He'll finish in 14th. Hinson, 15th. Pollock through the block. He'll finish in 16th. Gallagher, 17th. Espy, who had a shot at it as well, 18th position for the 16th. Shobe was the leader at the white flag. He didn't even make it out of the tri-oval. He finishes in 19th. Gino Volanti in the 20th position. Ullman, 21st. Nelson, 22nd. Giles, Jewett, Beam, and Brock round out the drivers who started the race. Cordray, Bennings, Berry, Wasaki, and Gerhardt did not make the field here this evening. All right, that is how this race ends. Let's have a chat with your top 3, starting with Justin Hendry. Justin Hendry, Morgan of the VSPEED booth, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, well, this was definitely a tale of 2 races for you. The first half of the race, every time I looked up in the top 5, you were there. The rest of the other 4 changed. You were the mainstay in the top 5, really for the first 2 stages. Started 9th, led a good amount of laps. But then in the second stage, it just kind of started to unravel for you. You fell a ways back in the field. Strategy wasn't really on your side. You couldn't get the track position. How'd you end up with third?
Real lucky there at the end. That big wreck that happened. I guess that was right there at the start finish line. Just, I mean, it wiped out a lot of people, and just lo and behold, there's four of us popping out. With nobody else around. It was like, oh my goodness. And then I'm sitting there by myself on the outside. Like, what am I gonna do?
That leads to my second question. You said you were by yourself on the outside there. Three on the bottom, one on the top. Did you ever consider dropping back behind the 77, maybe keying up the radio, getting a push, something like that, just to try and make it a shot? Or were you just happy with, let's just finish the race? We're going to get a top four out of this. Let's not do anything dumb.
I was definitely happy with just trying to getting the race finished. I mean, it's my first time out with these guys. First time here racing in this league, so didn't want to do anything crazy, but it's that competitor inside of you still wants to hang on there, and just I was just trying to side draft the best I could and try to hang on for a podium finish. And once I got a little bit of draft, right there at the tail end of it, just enough to get right there on the inside. I mean, I barely squeaked past the 77 there for third, so it was a real close call.
Yeah, the margin between third and fourth, 29 thousandths of a second. So definitely close there. But I mean, great race all in all. Gained 6 spots from where you started. Positive momentum here for your first race out. How was it coming back next time?
Oh, it was fantastic. I'm definitely going to be back. I'm going to start trying to run some of the cup races with these guys as well, and I do some of the modified stuff with them. So hope you stick around for a while.
Awesome. Glad to hear. And while we got you up here for your first VSPEED interview, who you want to thank, who you want to shout out for a job well done and a third place finish here at the World Center of Racing?
I just got to give a thanks to all the guys in the league running a clean race. I mean, there were a handful of cautions, but it was a good race, and just all the guys back in the shop giving me a good race car, and the rest was just kind of in the Lord's hand.
All right. Well, thank you very much for your time, Justin. Congratulations on third place, and we'll see you next time out.
Hope everybody enjoyed.
That's third place, Justin Hendry. Now we will move on to second position, Andrew Allen. Andrew, Morgan up in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you, boys.
Well, we've been away for a couple of weeks, but it's not enough to kill this heater you're on. My goodness, man! Obviously dominant at Lime Rock, and now here we are, second position at Daytona in what was one of the more wild finishes I've seen here in recent memory. Kind of walk me through these last 10 laps or so and how you put yourself in this position.
Well, if that's a little difficult to explain because it was all by luck. About 10 laps to go, I got some pretty severe damage. Got rear-ended. Someone didn't want to check up for a wreck that was happening in front. Pitted, was all the way in the back, and then we just kept having caution after caution and just kept gaining spots from there. And once that big wreck happened on, what was it, the front stretch there?
Yep.
Just dived to the bottom and tried to essentially prayed and hit the gas and got out of there, and somehow finished where we did.
Yeah, it all worked out for you. And down the back stretch, I'm sure you realize on that white flag lap, there are only 4 of you in your group. What was the thought process? Obviously, you tried a move off of 4, didn't quite work, but were you thinking, I can win from here, or we're just going to ride in second and be happy with what we got?
I didn't realize there was only 4 of us until after the race when I went and watched the replay. So I was fully expecting some sort of run to come from the outside. I thought there was at least 3 or 4 cars there. I didn't realize that it was just the 4 of us. So I was just praying if I can push him out far enough and then get a big enough run on him, I can try to shoot the gap and side draft him coming to the checkered. But threw some pretty good blocks on me and made it a little bit difficult for me to do that.
Well, second, still nothing to be too upset about considering the run you've been on. Started 11th, led a pair of laps. Who you want to thank? Who you want to shout out here for a very strong second place finish here tonight?
I got some sponsors, THDesigns for the sick paint scheme, and Precision Setups. You can save 15% on any setup using code HOUSE15 at precisionsetups.com or .gg. And also my wife, since the last time we spoke, we have another child in the family, so been a long couple weeks here.
Yeah, massive congratulations on that. Lots of wins here for
Absolutely.
Andrew Allen in the last few weeks. Congratulations on that for sure.
Appreciate it, guys.
In second place here tonight. So that's your second place finisher, Andrew Allen. And then there was one, and it was the one who we thought threw it away. Caleb Hunt, Morgan up in the booth. You got a copy?
I do.
Man, I really thought you blew this one. With I think two restarts to go, you got out too far, had 3 trucks get by you, and somehow, some way, you found your way back up to the front of the pack, just in time for that big crash on the front stretch, and just in time for you to be able to hold off the rest of the field and go out and win this race. Just how difficult was it to put yourself in position after you put yourself at a disadvantage there with only a few laps to go?
Well, I knew it was going to be tough because I seen Adam, Andrew Shobe, and Alex Pollock up there. They're all 3 teammates. And I knew they was going to do something, try to like kick me out of the group so they can like get a top 3 or so. So I had Zach, luckily, like helping me out with as much as he can. And it just kind of played out at the end. And yeah, I got beat a couple of times, the last 2 times off the restart. They jumped me, but luckily it ended the way it did, with people wrecking. I have no idea what happened at the end with like how they wrecked or what happened.
Yeah, bad block thrown on a big run, and it just took out basically it started the 3rd row, and it's one of those crashes that crept up to the leader and took out everyone except for, I think there were 4 or 5 trucks. You're 4 obviously, and then one other driver, Isaac Wilson was not involved in it as well, but it took out everybody else in the field.
Got you. And before that, me and Adam situation, I hate it, dude. I did not mean to do that. I felt so bad. Like I was coming across the finish line. I'm like, dude, I did not mean to do that. It was just one of those moments where the 2 cars went up high and I had a big run and I wanted to gain much positions as possible. And I just misjudged it with how much room I had underneath them. And whenever I hit the brake, it was too late. He came down and stuff. I felt bad. I don't know, but I knew when we was coming to the start finish line on the back stretch, I knew Andrew Allen, he was trying to back up and get a run off me. So I was sitting there dragging my brakes, trying to not let him get a big run. I'm like, okay, it's just a 3 of us, whatever. So if we just play our cards right, we can like have a great battle.
Right on. Well, it definitely was. Came right off of turn 4. Didn't really know who was going to be until we got into the tri-oval. You end up becoming victorious here. I mean, what do you have to say? You got any words for anyone? You know, shout outs, thank yous, anyone who doubted you getting here. The chat definitely had some questions about if you were going to be able to pull this one off. What do you have to say to everyone out there?
Well, bet you say I see the comments now. Ricky LaFleur, yeah, he's Adam. He goes for Adam a lot. But no, I would like to say thanks to the Tier 1 setup shop. They're a new setup shop, pretty decent setups. I'd like to thank y'all, VSPEED, especially you, Morgan. Always putting on a good show. Mystic for the league and stuff, how he's running things over there. And it's all the way around. It's just good stuff happening.
Awesome. Well, definitely want to thank you for your time. Congratulations here on the win, Caleb Hunt, your winner at the World Center of Racing Daytona for the Black Diamond Designs 250. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, that is going to do it, folks. For everyone at the Mystic Racing League, all of the broadcast, or all of the, not broadcast, I'm the broadcaster, all of the admins who make this thing possible. I'd name them off, but I can't find their names. I see Alex Pollock, Brandon Willard, Harold Tucker, Reggie Kime. I know there's others. Thanks to all of them for allowing me the opportunity to do this on your Wednesdays, Thursdays, and sometimes Friday nights for the Black Diamond Designs Truck Series. Obviously, want to give a big shout out to Black Diamond Designs for sponsoring the series and this race. It was a fun one tonight, full-length one here at Daytona. And of course, I would be silly to not mention everyone at VSPEED who makes this thing possible. Bradley Cooper, Eddie Smith, Adam Baker, Logan Threlkeld, all the other producers and commentators who help us do what we do, put all these shows on for everyone. We got about 13 leagues on the go right now, and that's just a really exciting number to have in the stable. Shows almost every day of the week. Also got to thank all the drivers putting on these shows, all of the fans at home. We're up to 2,150 subscribers. Hopefully that number continues to climb. Thanks to everyone who's recently subscribed and been subscribed for a long time, and everyone who will subscribe right after this. Appreciate all of you. For one last time, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, so you don't miss a moment of that racing action you can't get anywhere else. But I've been Morgan Cook, your lead and producer here tonight. And for everyone who makes this possible, thank you, good night, we'll see you next time.